Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I'm Simmer Chase. Today is episode number 2 of our Snowy Adventures story. Yes. So this one is actually a fun one. I'm really stoked for you guys to see the second one. All kinds of crazy happens. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you. There's weddings, there's failed weddings, there's all kinds of funky, crazy, goofy stuff happens. I find out that pregnant women can't even go on the bunny trail. Exactly. So if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe in the links below. And as always, stay proud. Go out and do something magical. And let's go ahead and dive into this crazy now. Back, everybody. So we are continuing on with our next story, part of the story. So now we actually are here seeing our very, very fun, lovely lady Jenna. Her husband actually just happened to run across this gal here. And all of a sudden he was like, hey, I actually know the perfect gal that would make you happy. They could spend the rest of your life with you. And it would get her off of my back. Maybe you should say hi to her. Maybe you ought to, get into her. And then he also primed the pump with his wife and or ex-wife now, and was like, oh my gosh, I met this gal out at the courses, skiing in the snow, and you have to meet her. Oh my gosh, you have to meet her. She reminds me so much of you. You guys would hit it off. You should go and say hi to her. I stopped her and told her, hey, you have to wait around for just a minute. Just a minute. You'll love her. And sure enough, she also is very much like her ex-husband and likes buying people with money. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are squandering all of your cash you got from the endowment to whatever you're doing with it, including but not limited to wasting it on burning it, making it rain or pour, whatever it is. And then on top of it, you're giving it to random people for love. Yeah, that's sustainable. So she's like, here's another gift. I know I just keep giving you gifts and gifts. This one's a funny one. And she's like, bought it. She is buying the goods hard this time. So now we are here, what are kind of stuff you into, I love video games. You into video games? Yes, I am. And she's just into all this kind of stuff. They're very, very similar personalities. And so they're hitting it off really, really well. And so now they're just kind of chilling out a little more, getting to know each other. Right at the course, she's getting ready to hop on the skis or the snowboard. I'm not sure which one. I think she's going with the snowboard. And he's like, wait, meet her. And she's like, okay, I'll meet her. What do I have to lose? So now I'm doing my cheats a little bit here and just kind of, priming the pump for them, giving them a little nudge. And she's actually kind of into the awful, her public perception is awful, but it used to be atrocious. So it's coming and getting a little bit better because she is being more friendly to this lady. And so it's really funny because now he's like, oh, good. I'm glad you guys met up. Yes, cool. And so she's just like, oh, you're awesome. Come on, give me a hug. They're so kind of really into each other at this point now, falling in love. They're starting to get flirty and fun. And, in a minute, they're already going to just yep, now they're girlfriends. In 2 seconds, she's already single and ready to mingle, of course. And she's like, hey, that's right up my alley. Me too. And so she was going to go snowboarding, like I said. And now she's just like, hey, this is so unexpected. Oh my gosh. Crazy town. Crazy. So she is gonna just try and really win her over by being kind now. So she's giving her like random objects that she thinks might be interesting. She's gonna maybe like, you know, ask for advice and be a little vulnerable and kind of let her in on her, you know, 411. And she's already thinking about the end game too. She's like, I'm gonna propose. I'm gonna propose. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, so now she took the gift. She's like, oh, you're just so cool. Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. And even though she is like a little bummed and sad that, you know, she's recently divorced, she's already starting to pick herself back up by the bootstraps, and she's definitely going. So now it's, you know, flirt, gloomy compliment, self-deprecating jokes, things like that to really kind of lift them a little bit more. And now she's moving in already. Shacking it up. Yep, already. I know, right? So they barely met each other like 5 minutes ago, and now they're already shacking it up. And it's like, wow, didn't you kind of jump that a little quickly? Maybe not. Maybe not. We will see. I mean, they are very compatible, and I guess you can maybe know from the first few words you tell someone if they're telling you exactly what you want to hear and what you're willing to live with for the rest of your life. But maybe so. Oh, yes. Will you? Yes, we met 7 minutes ago, but I will. Yes. Woohoo! Married! They're getting married. So exciting. So right now they are now like definitely engaged. And they're just like, we just can't wait anymore. We are gonna get married. We're gonna go get married. And yes, we are. And it's gonna be an amazing wedding. And everyone's gonna come. But then no one shows up. No one came. This thing is like a total like crapshoot. Like it's just bad. Like it went bad. So now she's like, well, this is just, I'm gonna go skiing. She's like, I'm gonna go skiing. This wedding is not good. It's not what I wanted it to be. But they were so pretty. Oh my gosh. And that person fell. Just out of nowhere. I'm like, oh. So now the kids are just kind of like, you know, whatever. Somehow they're with us at this house. And we're just like, nah, okay. So now we're just kind of like, what's up? Like, okay. Lonely recess. But they look so pretty in their dresses, and then it's like a bummer because they didn't even like try and like get married. And so now he's gonna go and try. Oh shoot, he almost fell. Almost fell. So now he's like, I'm gonna propose to her. And she's like, oh yes, we really should be married. Yes. We've known each other for at least an hour. At least. We definitely are meant for each other forever. She's totally stoked, and he just, yep, I got everything really figured out here. This is rad. This is totally rad. This is exactly how the plan was supposed to go. Yes. He's just so stoked. Everything's been working out properly. She's trying to use the bonsai tree, but the way that the bonsai tree is set up, you have to be able to walk around it all the way around it. So I'm really shocked and surprised that Maxis didn't hold that up as well in the Q&A of these houses, because you have to be able to walk all the way around it to be able to cut it. So then they'll just act like they can't use it. But that's one of the other things I fix when I do renovate this. So stay tuned for that. I'm pretty stoked about it. There's just a lot of like subtle details and things that I just found to be like a little harder to work with when I would play with this house on a regular. Because usually, like, I'm sure it's harder because they didn't really get the opportunity to really play with the house that much to know, like, the functionality wise, because then they probably would have realized, like, oh, there's no interior or exterior trash can, or some of these things are kind of placed in a way that block them. So, yeah, now we're just kind of coming around, looking at everybody. We're back home now. and just kind of looking around at the whole shebang and just kind of checking in, seeing what's up. She's starting to have the pregnancy blues a little bit. She's like, when's the wedding again? When are we gonna get married?
Fina.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh. And so now he's just like coming around to like, you know, thinking about when he's actually gonna get married. And she's like, Megan's like, yeah, well, the weather, all this stuff going on, I don't know. And so here's a story about it. And they just really are playful and like really fit for each other, it seems like. Like they definitely seem like they were destined to be together, and it was definitely not an accident that she just happened to come by today, you know, and then happened to fall in love and get proposed to. So she's like, I'm gonna go to college too. She's like getting really ambitious because her head's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So she's pregnant with twins. She doesn't know it yet, but she is. She knows she's pregnant, just not with twins yet. And then she also is just like super gung-ho because she's rich. So she's like, I'm rich, I know it all, I'm pregnant, I have a husband to be, like a new one, my life's like on this amazing path. And so she's like, I'm gonna attend college and I'm gonna help my chances by cheating. She's trying to cheat a little bit. And like, hey, I'll cut you in. I'll get you some money. We'll give you some charity money. And she's like, yeah, take all this money. Charity. And then she's like, crap, they won't take it. I don't think they end up buying it. Sorry. So she's just like totally just like, bah. And a good reputation though. Like she's outstanding. For who she is, like, and where she's like really grown already and already become her own, and now she's starting to show a little bit more, and the babies are coming due soon, and she's like aware now that she's gonna have twins, I think, and she's just like, I'm getting so big, and just like really just thrilled with how life is going, even though like, and now his like ex-wife, she's like on her own, doing her own thing, still living there though for now. She doesn't have a means to really leave yet, and so her and her significant other may end up living with us here shortly, and really being able to kind of be like roommates, sort of couple roommates. Oh no, witness to the bully. Oh no. I didn't even have an option for anything there. I was like, Okay, so now we're just looking around. This food looks good. You can almost smell it. She's like, what is this girl even talking about? Like, she is crazy. She needs to go on with her mom and join the circus. Like, really. Not really into it, not thrilled. So she's going off to do her own thing. And she's being kind of rude and like just ditching everybody. So she's like, this is the perfect time then to plan the wedding. Yes, plan the wedding. So we're going to figure out what to do for the wedding. So we're going to bring everybody. I mean, just everybody we have. No holds barred. And then we're going to go to the modern royal weddings. So I do go through here and just look at a few other options, but then we end up settling on the modern royal weddings. It's the wedding chapel I built. It was like originally on the gallery as like something different. I think it might have been a chapel or something, but then, or an estate, something like that. But then I renovated it like a couple years ago, and then a little. And then this year, for one of my speed builds, I totally overhauled it, completely modernized it, made it bright, fresh, airy, very interesting looking, clean, and just like totally different, absolutely totally different than what it was before. And so I thought this would be really fun and great one to start out the relationship on one of the best wedding venues that I have, and probably my favorite one I've ever built. and one of my all-time favorite buildings I ever built, the modern royal weddings. You can get it on the gallery if you want as well. It doesn't have any CC or anything like that, so you could definitely get that if you wanted. He's now like at his wedding though, and he's just like looking around like, oh my gosh, look at this, kind of crazy. And so now like they have the two couples living together in this modern living situation, and they're all kind of parenting the two kids together for now. But they're like, no, you're gonna miss school, or are you gonna go? And then he's like, you're gonna go to school, get out of here. Get out of here. We don't need you at our wedding. Adults only. No screaming kids. And so now they're just trying to have like a successful wedding. And it's really funny because they get distracted in a variety of things, as did I, with trying to accomplish other things. And since she's pregnant, like for some reason it's like changed the way she would drink. So like, probably because she's not allowed to have alcohol while she's drinking. So she was like drinking slowly and that kind of stuff. So I didn't end up getting accomplished all the tasks. So it's like annoying. So you're going to see here in a minute, kind of the clock's just continuing like, and he's just like wasting time, like chitty chatting to everybody, like just having a good old time. His wife's over there. She's like, you know, kind of shotgun wedding style. But the wife-to-be's over there, super pregnant with her twins now. Like every minute she just seems to grow bigger and bigger, and it's like gonna like have a whole lot of pregnancy all over the place in a moment, and then it's gonna be a bunch of beautiful bundles of joy. Yes. So right now though, they're just like chilling at the bar, trying to get their 3-drink minimum. But you know, again, it's like taking a little bit of time that they don't seem to have. So so they're just trying to order and order and order, and then he like gets up and like, you know, takes his drink, but then leaves it there behind and everything. So then it's like frustrating because now it's like they don't have really a means to keep ordering the drinks. And then for some reason it's only like at 1 now, but we've already had like 3 at least. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, okay. And I feel like the weddings kind of go really fast. Like you have to really be on it, and you have no time to really like piddle around or whatever like he's doing. He's totally blowing his clock, like ruining his chances of having a successful gold 3-star wedding. So yeah, it's his fault. But at least he's marrying the love of his last few minutes of his life. Or the last few minutes of his life. It's not the end of his life by any means yet. He's got a full one ahead, hopefully. There are so many ways, the more packs than we have, that they could accidentally perish. So we do have to watch that though. So now he's just going to kind of mingle around the club a little bit more and look around at everything. So if you look up here, this is now the 2nd level. You can see, and then the 1st level. And I'm like just kind of going a hiring spree too. So we've got a barista coming here. We've got the cafeteria worker person coming here. Another bartender. So that this place just feels even more full. But then they also have like so many awesome, totally cool amenities to offer patrons and guests. So I really love this bar too. Like the indoor one I really liked because I just felt like it just had a really good modern element and touch to it that it really needed. And so that's kind of why, like, I wish they would go up there, but they just didn't have enough time to really be able to explore the whole building, much less even run up and get married. So they're like rushing around right now trying to figure out what to do. And they still have 4 plates of food they're supposed to be eating, plus have a kiss, plus they have to get married. And have one guest watch the ceremony. Which to me, I wish there was a way that you could click on, like, the archway and then ask them to come to the wedding, or like gather around for the wedding or something like that, or to have a minister that can do it, you know, and have them come, and or somebody like that that's officiating and have them come and manage the crowd a little bit and have them come and ring and shout everybody at them so that at least one person comes, because like I always end up ordering or like having the max amount of people come and to the wedding, and then like only one maybe will watch if I'm lucky. So now she's like, okay, this is like really getting real. Oh my gosh. She's now like a global superstar. She's like really rolling in the dough. Her whole life and dreams are all coming together, and she's so stoked. She's so stoked. She's like, wow, this is perfect. And he's just like, ew, no touching. And he's just, they're really particular people, you know? So like, he's like, she's got a stan. He's got like these problems with other people like stalking him and like paying attention to him too much and just kind of like being really creepy. So now their wedding is nearly over. They finally ate everything they need to, but they need to rush upstairs and quit doing this. And for the life of me, they would not do it. Like, it was so frustrating. I'm like, oh, you're gonna miss your golden chance at your wedding. So right now they're at silver status. Could get up to gold status if they would just go upstairs, but they need to get up to the roof to the wedding chapel up there. And so he's just trying to do the betrothed kiss or something instead. So here's the upper bar. There's the dance hall that's over the upper bar, the modern bar. And then this is the upper deck where it's got the whole like actual like wedding chapel area. So that you can get married and like really enjoy good time together. And so we have one of the people up here ready to go. And I'm like looking down the aisle. Where is the wife? Where's the wife to be? My pianist is here. My minister is here. I am ready to go. But my wife isn't here. And where is she? Oh no, we're gonna run out of time. Oh no. Oh no. So now she's finally getting her fancy behind out of the chair and ready to climb all those stairs. She kept putting it off and putting it off. And it's like, they're gonna miss their chance. Ew, and look, we even have some people that are gonna go spectate and watch it. But are we gonna make it in time? Oh no. Run past the restrooms, run, run, run. Okay, cool, now up the side of the building. Okay, cool. Yes, almost there, almost there, almost there. Oh, do you make it? Do you make it? Oh, oh, you're so close. Oh, get there, hustle, honey, hustle. Get up there. Don't miss it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, cool. So, hey, let's do this deal. Let's go ahead and let's get married. Come on, hustle. Let's do it. Let's get it done. We can get married. I just came down the aisle. Do, 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 do. Come on. Let's get married. Let's get the show on the road. We missed it. She missed it. It didn't work out. They didn't. Darn. So we're going to have to try again. That's been the way with their relationship since the beginning. It's like, there's been all this adversity in these last few minutes, an hour or so, like, of time, you know, that they've really dedicated to each other and spent so much effort and time and energy that they just don't want to end it. They don't want to give it up. So he's like, oh, let's get married right here, right now. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's get the deal done. So he's not even paying attention to what's behind them or around them. He does not care that all the plumbing's broken, that it's raining, that all the stuff is broken for the concessions and catering area. He just wants to get married. Yes. So he's getting married to her, and he just doesn't even care like where they are or what is going on. They just are in love, and he loves her, and so hopefully they can maybe have a little bit of a happy ever after. A little, you know, if anything. So now they are officially newlyweds. Yes, and she's still got the bun in the oven. So we have 2 on the way. And we have the mom, we have the mom's girlfriend / wife, and then we have the dad, and then we have now 2 kids and then 2 on the way. So it's gonna be a big full house for sure. And so now you can just kind of see around and on the outside here of the club, the wedding chapel. Again, it is called the Modern Royal Weddings. And you can get on the gallery. And so this is kind of the outside of it a little bit, just so you can see it. You know, I kind of like showcasing some of these that I build here and there when I can. So, yep, this is the design of that. So thanks again, guys, so much for tuning in. And this is about it for today's episode. Stay tuned for episode 3 coming very soon. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay proud and go out and do something magical. Bye. Thank you.